These are the stairs that keep us fit. When you have a raw bar that's as busy as Lore, you have no idea how much ice we go through. Sometimes we go through and God forbid the ice machine breaks down. We go through so many pounds of ice, it's crazy. Believe it or not, a big challenge is getting that ice, making sure that we have enough ice. This is just setting up the display. So I just want to get as much ice up there as possible. We want it to look nice and sexy. It just kind of adds to the whole decor of the restaurant. It's like, it helps to reinforce the concept. It's old school that it still works. Last night we kind of got tore up. We had tons of people. There was like oyster towers flying out of here, so we had to get a couple more oysters. We got about 300 East Coast. These are bad boys. Just want to make sure we don't run out for the night. When the dishwashers come in the morning, this is one of the first jobs that they like to knock out. Sort through them, the East Coast and West Coast, make sure all the ones are separated. They give them a good rinse, put them in the Lexans, and get them in the oyster bin for us. This is where we store all of our oysters. The raw bar cooks will pull from this bin to fill the refrigerated drawers out there. And that's where we service the raw bar. This is basically the raw bar station, so all the raw bar comes off of here. Like maybe 6 or 8 different kinds of oysters at any given time. We have shrimp cocktail, crab legs, seafood salad, scallop crudo comes off of here. Our towers come off of here, our small towers and our grande tower.
Nice. Get your ass over here.
What's up? This is sous chef Bruno, executive sous chef of Lore Fishbar. He's gonna help me break down fish along with the butcher. It usually takes 3 of us to try to get fish because we do so much volume, so we're gonna start to break down the tuna. This is our tuna. The tuna loin number 1. Comes from the Gulf. Super nice color today. Look at that. We probably go through about 100 to 150 pounds of tuna a week with all of the different applications that we have. And we're charging a lot of money. We really want to take care of our guests. So tons of work goes in ahead of time to make sure that we're 100% prepared for service. So this is the tuna that we're going to use for the kitchen, for all the different preparations that we use that come out of the main kitchen. And then we have a separate tuna that's outside that comes for the sushi. And we can go take a look at that. This is Chef Akira. He's our main sushi chef. So this is the type of tuna that we use for sushi. The color's a little bit better. He's wrapping the tuna here so that we can just have it prepared for service. We do so much volume, so we got to make sure that we have enough ready. And so this is the best way to kind of store it. This is going to be for our sesame-crusted tuna salad. I'm going to crush the tuna, so I get the tuna just kind of nice and sopping wet with soy sauce. Then we go right into the sesame seeds. You have dishes like the sesame-crusted tuna. You have a dish like that people really, really enjoy, and you want to make sure that you give the people what they want. You know, sesame-crusted tuna is not a dish that people have not heard of before. Fun fact is, this is actually one of the dishes that I made for my tasting when I first took this job, and it's still on the menu 10 years later. There's definitely a feeling of like once the chef has a dish that he knocks out of the park and it's a 10, you kind of get bored with it, and then they don't want to make it anymore. I've had problems with customers. I almost had a mutiny for taking the sea urchin bucatini off the menu. There was like a firing squad ready to come get me. This is exactly how I looked when I made it for my tasting, before I took the job. We're gonna start to do the rice now. We go through so much rice. We decided to really try to stick with the traditional way to make rice. We're gonna add the vinegar. We use the paddle, so there's like a technique to doing it. The vinegar gets evenly over all the rice. You can smell that aroma from here, right? As soon as the vinegar hits the rice, it's like right in your face. The sushi's probably about 35 to 40% of all of the food that we do here. So lots and lots and lots for lunch and then for dinner. Before I took over Lore, I had no idea how to roll sushi. Now I'm pretty good. So it's about 11:30. We're getting ready to open up for lunch service. It's time to taste the oysters for lunch. Make sure that all the oysters are super fresh. The oysters are a huge part of our program here. It's very important that we serve the best oysters in the city. We're known for our oysters. So I spend about 30 minutes a day eating oysters. Yeah, I eat about 20 oysters a day. Oysters for breakfast. And I do this twice a day. I kind of just go through all the oysters. I pick a couple at random. The way that we keep the quality up here is by tasting. Everybody tasting. If you don't taste, you'll never know. And so we taste everything all the time. This is a Beausoleil. That right there is like the perfect oyster. You see all the liqueur, the full size of the oyster. It's like my favorite. Good. So sometimes it happens when you're sucking the oyster that sometimes the shells will be a little bit brittle and the shells will crack. So I don't like to serve these oysters because I like the shell to be completely intact. So we just set the actual oyster aside. We get rid of the shell, and then we'll use the oyster for like a crispy oyster on top of a deviled egg. This is our West Coast guy here. This is Pebble Beach. I like being completely honest with people, saying like the chef tastes the oysters every day to make sure that they're getting the best quality ever. We're gonna start with soft shell crabs today. It's probably gonna be our special for the day, yeah? These are coming in from South Carolina. We use it for a bunch of different applications here. A lot of them are spider roll for sushi is a big one. So when it actually comes to figuring out the sushi menu, I like to consult with Akira, the sushi chef. I got 4 coming. 2 tempura, 2 beer batter. If we taste one, see what we think. See if we can, maybe we can incorporate the beer batter into it. I don't know. We'll try it, yeah? Akira always like to do things in the same kind of fashion. Like say almost traditional Japanese. We're gonna try to change it up a little bit, see what we can do. We're gonna drop the crab into the tempura batter and then crisp it up. So now we're gonna try the soft shell crabs in beer batter. I'm pretty sure Akira's gonna hate it, but we'll see what happens. It'll be fun to get someone outside their comfort zone a little bit. As far as the actual dish creation goes, a lot of times it just starts with me. I'm like, I'm bored with this, I want to change something. Ultimately, it comes from me and the sushi chef. Okay, so there's 2 here. I'm not gonna tell you which one is which.
Okay.
You try this one first, then this one.
Okay. Very good.
That's delicious.
I like it.
You like it, huh?
I like the miso.
That's the beer batter.
This is better.
It's better? All right. Normally when we make this, just a regular tempura batter, a little bit of spicy mayo. I think the tempura batter is crispy, and I think the beer batter is a little bit more crunchy. And then we take that crunch, we're gonna add some chilies, see where we're at. Avocado, cucumber, spicy mayo. And so then this will be our special for tonight. It's gonna be our beer battered spider roll. We'll use Japanese rice beer to make the tempura batter. It's a little bit more crunchy versus being crispy. Definitely get a little bit of beer flavor. I think it's gonna go well with the with the eel sauce. A hint of spiciness from the spicy mayo, freshness from the cucumber, smoothness, creaminess from the avocado. That's why he's the best. It's bomb. Good job, bro. Way to nail it. Hey guys, how are you? Nice to see you all. So we're going to be serving our spider roll this evening, but we made it a little bit different today. We made it with a beer batter. This one is a little bit different than our classic spider roll because it's a little bit more crunchy instead of crispy. I think everyone's going to really enjoy it. I wasn't sure Akira was going to like it, but he did. And we're ready to roll. I got one here for you guys all to try. Please give it a try. All right. Have a nice service. Hey! So like one of the last things that we do right before service is we like to cook up the shrimp cocktail. We cook shrimp cocktail almost every day. We try to keep it as fresh as we possibly can. The biggest secret is to not overcook the shrimp and proper ordering. If we order too little, we run out. If we order too much, we risk spoilage. That's the last thing we want. Nobody wants to hear that. We have a nice flavorful liquid going on here. Court bouillon. It's got bay leaves, peppercorns, soup vegetables. This is like one of the super important parts of the shrimp cocktail making process because what we're really looking for is internal seasoning. But we want the shrimp to be seasoned from the inside out. Once the liquid comes to a boil, we double check for seasoning. Then we pretty much turn it right off and let the shrimp just kind of poach. Tasting for succulence, tasting for seasoning. Make sure we season it right. We know right away. That's pretty much the last step for cooking it for the raw bar and getting set up for the mise en place. Those shrimp will get cooled, then they'll go right into the raw bar. These guys are in the back now just getting set up for service. It looks like it's gonna be a big one. We got about like 300, 350, so we'll see what happens. So we're putting together our grand platter right now, but you get a sense of how much ice we actually have to use because this is one level and this platter's gonna end up being 3 levels, all filled with ice. And this is just one platter. So the amount of ice we use is insane. We go through, like I said, maybe 100, 150 pounds of ice a day. We have our clams here, our little necks. We have our Blue Point oysters. These are like the local oysters that we use. These are Pebble Beach, is what we're using for West Coast. So we make sure the East platter has East Coast and West Coast oysters. We're gonna add a couple Beau Soleils to this one. It's my favorite oyster. This would be the first layer of our tower. For our second tier, we have about 4 different little dishes on side. This is our tuna tartare. This is our kapachi sashimi with a little bit of like a fresh wasabi leaf vinaigrette. This is our scallop crudo with toasted black sesame and chive. Then we have our seafood salad. This is like one of my favorites. My favorite seafood salad. I love it. That would be the second layer. This will be the final top layer level of the grand plateau. It's more about like the chilled lobster and the shrimp cocktail. We had our sauces. It's our cocktail sauce. It's our Dijonnaise sauce, lemons. You can eat it however you want to eat it. You can eat it from the top down. You can eat it from the bottom. You can start in the middle. There's no wrong answer. This is our third layer here. So this is our grand plateau. This is definitely one of the most popular things that people order here. They come here, it's like like eating like a king. They love it. Once it like walking through the dining room, you see the heads turn. You know, people think that, you know, it's kind of funny to send people raw bar because you're not really doing anything to the oysters, you're just kind of opening up the oysters. But I definitely think that the platter has a touch of my culinary hand. The sea urchin sauce that we have here, the way that we like to make the court bouillon to cook the shrimp, all different culinary techniques that I've kind of acquired over my career. I definitely think that this is one of the signature offerings here at Lord Fishbar. So it's like 3 o'clock now. We're pretty much done with lunch service. We're gonna really start to get prepped for dinner. We had a nice run on oysters for lunch, so we're gonna replace all the oysters in the drawers for dinner. Just to kind of try to pack them in for dinner, just to make sure we don't have to make too many trips going back and forth. Right behind. It's about 4 o'clock. The line is pretty much set up. We're gonna head over and taste the oysters again, make sure that they're pretty good. No, my doctor doesn't know I eat this many oysters. All right, guys, it's about 5:20. Dinner service is officially started. It's getting ready to get wild. Just gonna start with one of our whole fish we got ordered in, whole daurade. I mean, as far as services go in other restaurants, it is a dance. It's a fast shuffle, and I think that we manage it very, very well. Plating the salmon. I put the greens down first. Grilled fish goes down. Artichokes over top of the fish. Finish the dish with a little bit of agrodolce. Garnish with the lemon, a little bit of sea salt. Finish with a little bit of herbs. It's the whole fish dish for the spring season. It's got everything that you ever want. Artichokes, charred lemon adds a great flavor. It's delicious. So this is the rice station. This is Carmen and Jose. They make the most crispy rice in the whole city. So this is our crispy rice. This is one is uni. We sell a lot of this too. We run the kitchen in Spanish. Hey guys, listen up. New call. Legio, fire dos edamame. Fuego dos tempura, Yair. Ayúdame con dos pastel de cangrejo. Fire 2 crab cake. Fire 2 shrimp tempura. Fire 2 edamame, please. And you have to be able to make money. It's a very important part of being a chef. Being able to understand your financial responsibilities. You know, your staff is here for jobs. They're here for their families. They have to provide for their families. And so you have a responsibility to them to make sure that you are putting the best product, you know, forth that you can. You gotta make sure the sushi and the main kitchen food is, the timing is, goes out so it all goes out together. So we're doing food for the lobby of the Mercer Hotel as well, and room service, and our outside dining area. So it's quite a bit. I don't know if I would say running 3 separate restaurants. The sushi bar, absolutely. The sushi bar could be its own restaurant. It definitely gets challenging because what happens is the sushi tickets are really, really long. It's really just about communication, being able to communicate between the stations. Sometimes it's a matter of the chef just kind of running back and forth out of the door. Hey, M6, can I go? M6? Okay, guys, let's go. M6, that's the burger, yeah? Lower medium, shellfish allergy. Sushi is ready. Once everything's working, it's kind of like it's beautiful, organized confusion. And it's like an orchestra. Make that hot. Yeah, make it hot. 10 segundos en el aceite caliente. Guys, how's sushi on table 31? Is this 31? Fantastic. Very good, very good, very good. And this is the to-go order? Very good, thank you. Let me see this dress combo. When this dress combo comes up, let me see it, okay? One of the big showstoppers here in the restaurant, obviously, is our grand plateau. Once it walks to the dining room, it starts turning heads right away. Once those platters start rolling out, people get excited, they start ordering them, and those guys start chucking oysters like you've never seen. If you approach making food delicious, it becomes interesting on its own.